What's up, everyone? Sean from 13 Serpents, heading over to the new reptile facility. I'm gonna start it up, bring some animals over, set up some 221 vision cages. Got the new black granite ones in a couple weeks ago. I love the gray ones, but I need everything in my snake room to match. So all my PVC cages are black. Love the white ones as well. I just can't do it. I need them all to be black. I don't know, whatever. Gonna set up the new reptile room. This is it here. Little retail spot. Gonna set up some vision cages today. These are the 221 models. Pretty cool, black granite, the new style. I like the grays, but I'm just everything in my reptile room is gonna match, so everything's gonna be black. Got a couple berms we're gonna set up today. We got a normal here, produced 2 years ago. We got a bow. This is the heat tape I use from Reptile Basics. They already have it all set up for me. But a lot of people try to set these up, you know, with the Pro Products heat panels or even the new Wilbanks ones, but they're just a little too small. The 40 watts would fit well, but it would take up, you know, too much space. And I just find that the heat tape actually works a little bit better with these. So let's set this up and I'll show you how it goes. So this heat tape from Reptile Basics comes with 3M tape already on the back. Pretty cool already. You can just pull these off and, you know, it's already on there. Tape it up. I like to tape on the left side. This is reversed because the cage is upside down. But I'm a right-handed person, so when the snakes are sitting on the hot side, it's easier to push the glass from this side, you know, change water bowls, do stuff of that nature with my right side. My left side is, you know, good for nothing sometimes. So what are you gonna do? So here's how that looks when it's on. 3M tape sits really well. It's got this little crevice that you can typically stack them with. So when they're stacked up on top of each other, one crevice goes into the other. The heat tape doesn't really do too much to stop that from happening. I mean, it may be a little bit wobbly if you had some, like, you know, 4-footers stacked up, but these are again only 2-footers and stacked up as high as, you know, 4 or 5 up, you know, tall. It'd still be fine. But this is how I put it on, and see if we set these up with some animals. Here's one finished for right now. Real simple setup, small hide, fake plant, natural wood bark for some to help with some shedding. Going paper towel for right now. I actually have a couple blocks of cocoa blocks on the way from Freedom Breeder. Here's the problem with these cages right here. Up here is a little lip that you can you know, fit a small snake in there up to probably, you know, a 2.5-3 year old boa, which is a little bit tough because if you're looking, you know, for your snake in here and you don't see anything, he could potentially be up in this little lip. This is the one downfall to the vision cages. Other than that, perfect cages, will last a lifetime. Sound like I'm getting paid by them, but I'm not. I just love these cages. And let's get this IMG guy in here. Here's that IMG boy, increased melanin gene, boa constrictor, imperator. These guys are absolutely insane looking. Let me get them under the light. The iridescence on these guys is absolutely incredible, and truthfully an ambassador animal for a lot of people who, you know, come see my stuff and a little bit afraid of snakes and that nature, and show them something like this with this, you know, iridescence. If you see that purple iridescence on his back, you know, it's one of those things that kind of opens up people's eyes to, wow, you know what, maybe these things are kind of cool. They have a pretty bad rap, you know, a lot of people see snakes as, you know, gross and that type of thing, but once you see these morphs that these things can have, is absolutely incredible. But let's put him in this cage over here, set him up. First time dad as well. He actually bred to a Sunglow girl this year. She just had 4 babies. Hoping that we hit the odds and, you know, 2 or 3 are IMG, but we'll have to see. Plenty of space for this guy for right now. He's going to grow out of this in the next probably year or so. He'll go up into one of my 4-footers, which are coming next week with some berms. For a thermostat on these guys, I use these Inkbird ones. They're actually really good. Jason Raimondi at Jason's Exotic Reptiles turned me onto these. He actually has the Wi-Fi enabled ones where you can actually set the temperature from your phone. These are just the basic ones, but major key if you're using the heat tape instead of radiant heat panels is that for these things, you have to tape the probe to the heat element itself. So the probe needs to be taped onto the heat tape so that you can get the exact temperature that you want. If you were to drill a hole in this and put the heat tape inside the cage on the bottom of the cage may have the heat that you want, but the heat tape is going to have to be, you know, maybe 5, 10, maybe 15 degrees hotter than what it has to be to heat this up. because of the barrier in between the plastic, and that could be devastating to your cage. It could melt the cage, could potentially cause fire, which is, you know, the last thing that you want. But that's a major key when you're using thermostats with heat tape. It needs to be right on the element itself. Here's the second guy we're moving over today, deep in blue, as you can see, going through a shed here. But produced this guy 2 years ago, 2020. Oh, 3 years ago now. I can't believe it's 2023. 3 years ago now, from a granite to an albino who was supposed to be het granite. But all these guys ended up being 100% het albino granite. He actually bred this year to a hypo girl who is supposedly 100% het granite. Been there before, so you don't know until you prove him out. But this guy's also going to go on one of the 2-footers for the time being. But let's see what he looks like in there. And lastly is the glass doors for these guys. He's a little bit dirty here, but really cool debris stoppers on the bottom. Makes it really easy to slide. I'm gonna put this in like this. Bottom slides in. Slide really easily on these tracks. You know, unlike other cages, Animal Plastics, I wish that they would have these on there. Just had to order a debris cleaner for the bottom of these as well from Amazon, just because debris gets in there like crazy, especially if you're using cocoa blocks and stuff like that. But then you got your lock. You know, snakes obviously can't open the door very easily, but sometimes if they're, you know, gliding past the glass, they have the ability to, you know, maybe push everything. There's that. Push everything across, and last thing we need is an escape snake, especially one of this nature. So we're going to make sure that these are locked and secured before every time we leave. All right, guys, these guys are all set up. This guy's actually having a meal. He looks good. Definitely not going to stay here in the front of the building, but got a lot to prepare regarding, you know, what's going where, who's going where, a bunch of 4-footers, some 6-footers on the way, tables, stuff like that. I mean, we gotta design this place a little bit better because I don't really know where I'm gonna put everything yet. So for now, these guys are staying over here, all plugged in. Definitely don't want to drill holes in these to hang these up. So eventually I'm gonna get my 3M tape and I'll tape these to the side here. But oh, kind of funny, it's doing that on the screen. It's not doing that in real life, but whatever. But 3M tape, you know, I want to keep these as good condition as possible, so no drilling holes in them for now. Some of my other cages I've you know, drilled holes into and tried to drill holes coming out of the side for lights, and then the lights don't work, and now there's a hole in the side, and it's just a whole debacle. So for these ones, trying to keep these newer cages a lot cleaner and no holes in them. But lights are definitely next. I think the way that these will be set up will be you know, a 2-foot LED strip light in here, and then you know, maybe carry the wire out the back that way. Maybe drill a small hole in the back just so that I can keep everything kind of clean and secluded. Just kind of wanted to go over a little bit today about, you know, how this all came to fruition, how this started. You know, I wish that this was, you know, years ago, but you know, moving my collection from where it is now, which is in a, you know, a small bedroom, to you know, a facility is kind of a long time in the making. And you know, just wanted to tell you guys, you know, if you have a goal in mind, don't listen to what anyone else says. So many times people have told me, hey, you know, what a stupid hobby that is. Reptile, snake, oh, what is that? Don't listen to them. There's different things that people do. People have different interests, different hobbies, stuff like that. You keep your head down, keep your end goal in mind, and you're gonna get there no matter what it is. So this was a long time in the making. You know, tried to move them out a couple times, a couple different locations, but it didn't actually end up coming to fruition. But now we got it, and want to take you guys along the journey. So stay tuned for the reptile room. Empty right now, but it won't be empty next week. So I'm gonna move some big berms over, some of the boas, some of the baby racks as well. Got 36 eggs in the incubator right now. Really pumped about that. The Burmese pythons will be hatching probably, I think, June 3rd. June 10th, somewhere in there, one of those weeks. But really pumped to bring you guys along, so let's get after it.